What is up, football fans? I'm Al Pops here with Ryan Lance, and we're breaking down every team for the Florida-Georgia Future Stars game.
Today, we're taking a look at Florida's 7th grade squad. Pops, give us a look at some of the tailored tape for these guys.
Sure, Ryan. Last year, this group, as 6th graders, they fell to Team Georgia 41-22. This year, Team Florida returns 12 players from last year's team, and the roster is 43 players deep. The average offensive lineman is 5'7½", weighs 165 pounds, while the average defensive lineman is 5'9½", and weighs 167 pounds.
Now let's go position by position, starting with quarterback Daniel Richardson.
Daniel Richardson is a returner from last year's game where he shined and was named second team All-Future Stars. He's a spirited quarterback who's a true leader. His Pembroke Pines Optimist team is on a 38-game winning streak, and it's intact right now. He's a very athletic kid, tall with a good arm, and very good speed. He's really a definition of a dual-threat quarterback. Another quarterback they have is Griffin Helm. When watching him, he reminds me a lot of Tim Tebow in the way he moves around the field, the way he can throw and pass. He's a very comfortable player, taking snaps under center and in shotgun. Very quick, very athletic. Doesn't have the height yet, but what he doesn't have in height, he certainly makes up for with athleticism.
That's right. Now tell us a little bit about the running backs.
Running backs, you have to start with maybe the most talented player on this team in James Cook. He's a hands-down stud of this Florida backfield. Very big and athletic running back, 5'10", 165 pounds, so he's big, but still runs a 4.91 in the 40-yard dash. This winter, he helped the 7th grade South Florida team win an FBU national championship. Two other backs to look out for are Tyler Jones and Keshawn King. Tyler Jones was clocked at a very fast 4.84 in the 40-yard dash, while King was a member of the Apopka Lions 7th grade All-American Division team that won the AYF National Championship this year.
Looks like they got a great stable of running backs. Let's take it to the outside now. Tell us a little bit about the wide receivers and tight ends.
Yeah, right. Overall, it's a very promising group with only one returner from last year in Tyler March. But March is a regular season teammate of quarterback Daniel Richardson, and the two are a deadly combination. March is one of the two biggest receivers on Team Florida. He's 5'10", and Keshawn Goins is also 5'10". The fastest of the receiving group is Taekwon Penez, who was clocked at a 4.83 in the 40-yard dash. Also, be on the lookout for Makai Burris as well. He was named the 7th grade MVP of the Orlando tryout.
So it seems like Team Florida's got a ton of weapons at the offensive positions, skill positions. How about the offensive line? What's Team Florida working with here?
Well, Ryan, they're a little bit different. Only 2 of the 6 returned from last year's team. Jaquarius Johnson and Glenn Lee are the only 2 returners. It's a smaller group of linemen that on average is 30 pounds less than Georgia's defensive line, so we're going to really have to see how they match up against a bigger team.
It's a big difference there. Take us across the ball. What about the defensive line?
Well, overall, the clear standout here is Raymond Collins. Collins in 7th grade is already 6'3", 212 pounds of pure muscle. He was named the 7th grade MVP of the Bradenton tryout and completely dominated at defensive end. He should be the most powerful and athletic player on the entire Florida roster. Another defensive lineman to watch out for is Bryan Lima. Highly athletic defensive end, and he was named the MVP of the Fort Lauderdale tryout. He was timed at a 4.84 in the 40-yard dash, making him a great pass rusher. 2 other players to look out for, Freddie Espinoza and Keontae Harrison. They both bring experience, are returning from last year's team.
So we got 3 of 7 linebackers returning from last year's team. Who else is anchoring in the middle of the defense?
Yeah, you got Willie Davis, Reginald Gatson, and Shelton Tompkins, all very fast kids who ran sub-5.0 40s. Derek Burns and Raymond Cutts bring some necessary size and power. Respectively, they're 5'10" and 5'11". And then lastly, you have Zion Brown. Brown brings a winning pedigree, having played for the Apopka Lions team that went undefeated this season. So they got a winning group there.
Now let's take it to the outside. How about the defensive back? What's the defensive secondary looking like?
You know, overall, pretty solid group here. You know, as all the positions do, there is a standout, and that's Malik Prioleau. He returns from last year's team, and he was the only 6th grader to be named to the first team All-Future Stars team. Great fundamentals, very athletic player who was dominant last year and has only gotten bigger and better this year. Another player to look out for is Jalon Whaley. He's a big, hard-hitting player at 5'9", 165 pounds. Obviously with that size, he's built more like a linebacker, but has very, very good ball skills, so they put him in the secondary. He was named the MVP of the Jacksonville tryout. Another player to look out for is Tavon Nicholson. He's another athletic player, and look out for him in the secondary to cause some big plays. That's it for the roster for Florida's 7th grade team. The games will take place at the IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida in late June, and Youth1 will be there seeing how our top players fared. Stay tuned to Youth1.com all offseason and get a press pass for access to the Elite 101, Freshman 450, and everything youth sports. For Ryan Lance, I'm Al Pops. We'll see you next time.